4.41. It is proposed to set up a National Assessment Center, PARAK, Performance, Assessment, Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development, as a standard setting body under MHRD that fulfills the basic objectives of setting norms, standards and guidelines for student assessment and evaluation for all recognized school boards of India, guiding the State Achievement Survey (SAS) and undertaking the National Achievement Survey (NAS), monitoring achievement of the learning outcomes in the country and encouraging and helping school boards to shift their assessment patterns toward meeting the skill requirements of the 21st century in consonance with the stated objectives of this policy. This center will also advise school boards regarding new assessment patterns and latest researches, promote collaboration between school boards. It will become an instrument for the sharing of best practices among school boards and for ensuring equivalence of academic standards among learners across all school boards. 4.42. The principles for university entrance exam will be similar. The National Testing Agency (NTA) will work to offer a high-quality common aptitude test as well as specialized common subject exam in the sciences, humanities, languages, arts and vocational subjects at least twice a year. These exams shall test conceptual understanding and the ability to apply knowledge and shall aim to eliminate the need for taking coaching for these exams. Students will be able to choose the subject for taking the test, and each university will be able to see such students' individual subject portfolio and admit students into their program based on individual interests and talent. The NTA will serve as a premier expert autonomous testing organization to conduct entrance examinations for undergraduate and graduate admissions and fellowships in higher education institutions. The high quality, range and flexibility of the NTA testing services will enable most universities to use these common entrance exams rather than having hundreds of universities each devising their own entrance exam, thereby drastically reducing the burden on students at universities and colleges and the entire education system. It will be left up to individual universities and colleges to use NTA assessments for their admission. Support for gifted students, students with special talent. 4.43. There are innate talents in every student which must be discovered, nurtured, fostered, and developed. These talents may express themselves in the form of varying interests, dispositions, and capacities. Those students that show particularly strong interests and capacities in a given realm must be encouraged to pursue that realm beyond the general school curriculum. Teacher education will include methods for the recognition and fostering of such student talents and interests. The NCERT and NCTE will develop guidelines for the education of gifted children. B.Ed programs may also allow a specialization in the education of gifted children. 4.44. Teachers will aim to encourage students with singular interests and or talents in the classroom by giving them supplementary enrichment material and guidance and encouragement. Topic-centered and project-based clubs and circles will be encouraged and supported at the levels of schools, school complexes, districts and beyond. Examples include science circles, math circles, music and dance, performance circles, chess circles, poetry circles, language circles, drama circles, debate circles, sports circles, eco clubs, health and well-being clubs, yoga clubs and so on. Along these lines, high-quality national residential summer programs for secondary school students in various subjects will also be encouraged with a rigorous merit-based but equitable admission process to attract the very best students and teachers from across the country, including from socio-economically disadvantaged groups. 4.45 Olympiads and competitions in various subjects will be conducted across the country with clear coordination and progression from school to local to state to national level to ensure that all students may participate at all levels for which they qualify. Efforts will be made to make these available in rural areas and in regional languages to ensure widespread participation. Public and private universities, including premier institutions like the IITs and the NITs, would be encouraged to use merit-based results from national and international Olympiads and results from other relevant national programs as part of the criteria for admissions into their undergraduate programs. 4.46 Once internet-connected smartphones or tablets are available in all homes and or schools, online apps with quizzes, competitions, assessments, enrichment material, and online communities for shared interests will be developed and will work to enhance all the aforementioned initiatives as group activities for students with appropriate supervision of parents and teachers. Schools will develop smart classrooms in a phased manner for using digital pedagogy and thereby enriching the teaching learning process with online resources and collaboration. Point 5. Teachers. 5.1 Teachers truly shape the future of our children and therefore the future of our nation. It is because of this noblest role that the teacher in India was the most respected member of society. Only the very best and most learned became teachers. Society gave teachers or gurus what they needed to pass on their knowledge, skills and ethics optimally to students. The quality of teacher education, recruitment, deployment, service conditions and empowerment of teachers is not where it should be, and consequently the quality and motivation of teachers does not reach the desired standards. The high respect for teachers and the high status of the teaching profession must be restored so as to inspire the best to enter the teaching profession. The motivation and empowerment of teachers is required to ensure the best possible future for our children and our nation. Recruitment and deployment. 5.2 To ensure that outstanding students enter the teaching profession, especially from rural areas, a large number of merit-based scholarships shall be instituted across the country for studying quality 4-year integrated B.Ed program. In rural areas, special merit-based scholarship will be established that also include preferential employment in their local areas upon successful completion of their B.Ed programs. Such scholarships will provide local job opportunities to local students, especially female students, so that these students serve as local area role models and as highly qualified teachers who speak the local language. Incentives will be provided for teachers to take up teaching jobs in rural areas, especially in areas that are currently facing acute shortage of quality teachers. A key incentive for teaching in rural schools will be the provision of local housing near or on school premises or increased housing allowances. 5.3 The harmful practice of excessive teacher transfers will be halted so that students have continuity in their role model and educational environment. Transfers will occur in very special circumstances as suitably laid down in a structured manner by state UT government. Furthermore, transfers will be conducted through an online computerized system that ensures transparency. 5.4 Teacher eligibility tests TETs will be strengthened to inculcate better test material both in terms of content and pedagogy. The TETs will also be extended to cover teachers across all stages, foundational, preparatory, middle and secondary of school education. For subject teachers, suitable TET or NTA test scores in the corresponding subjects will also be taken into account for recruitment. To gauge passion and motivation for teaching, a classroom demonstration or interview will become an integral part of teacher hiring at schools and school complexes. These interviews would also be used to assess comfort and proficiency in teaching in the local language, so that every school or school complex has at least some teachers who can converse with students in the local language and other prevalent home languages of students. Teachers in private schools must also have qualified similarly through TET, a demonstration, interview and knowledge of local languages.